tonight, Christine Tyler Hale sharing The Intersection.
I moved to Park Street in February of 2022 and pretty quickly realized that it was going to be tough to meet my neighbors. If you don't know, it's in the Old North End. It's not far from here. 2 lanes, one-way traffic. It moves pretty fast. I can't really hear my neighbor across the street when they try to say hi. And I just knew I was going to have to be a little more proactive if I wanted to meet the people who lived right around me. So when the city put out that they were short on crossing guards, I thought, why not me? Surely, if I stand on the same corner 5 days a week, 9 months a year, I'm bound to meet a few people. And spoiler alert, that wasn't really entirely true. I didn't really meet that many of my neighbors. It's sort of a strange liminal space, the intersection of Park and North. Everyone's on their way someplace else. But what happened is I fell in love with the routine and what I saw every single day going to the same intersection. I fell in love with the strange trash that told a little story, the trash that I found beautiful, the dogs, and specifically this long-haired dachshund. It was like my favorite dog that rounded the corner every day. I took photos of the corner store across the street, JR's, and the way the light hit it. And I was putting all of this on social media. These are all screenshots of my Instagram stories. I'm a chronic oversharer, and it's just, if something makes me happy, I want to put it out there. I took photos of the clouds and called it the cloud report. Just these little dispatches from the intersection to show people what was going on. This is when somebody threw a gift out their moving car window. I brought the note with me. It says, "To crossing guard from Ollie in gray Jeep. Thank you for waving. We do not know if you drink coffee, but we saw you drinking something hot." And the main thing that was going on was the responses were amazing. If you know the Old North End, the way people were engaging with these stories blew me away. If I stopped posting for a little while from the intersection, I would get messages from people in Germany saying, what's going on with the clouds? Or if I didn't mention the long-haired dachshund, people were DMing me about it. It was amazing. And for all the things I was able to document with photos and videos, there were many, many more that I was not able to document because I have enough social skills to know that you shouldn't really take photos of strangers. And one day I was at the intersection and I looked down the block and there was a guy waiting for the bus in an oversized camo jacket, smoking a cigarette, straddling a gallon of milk that he had gotten from JR's, and he was beautiful. There was just the symmetry, something about him. I whipped out my phone and I recorded it in shorthand, "Guy bus camo milk," but I made it the title by accident. And so for 2.5 years, I recorded these observations. And I'm an illustrator and an artist, so I told myself, one day I'm gonna draw all of these. But as a freelance artist and illustrator who's worked mostly for clients, it's always hard to make the time to do the personal work, you know? I did make some things. I made this comic about the time that a bald eagle flew through the intersection of Park and North. But towards the end of last year, of 2025, I was feeling very burnt out on client work, and I was feeling like, man, I really want to be making more things like zines that you can hold. I want to make more things with traditional materials. I was getting into watercolor and pencil, and I decided I needed to structure my creative practice a little bit. I needed to figure out how to make more work for me, and I had seen on the internet other artists doing mail clubs, and I thought, okay, here, we're going to check a lot of boxes at once. I'm going to do a printed newsletter from the intersection. I had gone to Direct Angle Press, a place in New Hampshire with risograph printers, and learned how to print on a risograph. And I was in the middle of making an art book called Quilt Study with quilt-inspired illustrations. So I thought, okay, printed newsletter from the intersection using the risograph. I'm going to make my own work. I'm going to make it using traditional materials. And so the cloud report, named for my photo, was born. I sent a rough draft to friends and family in December. It was printed on the riso, and I stapled and folded and mailed each one by myself. I needed like 20 subscribers. That was all. I just wanted the external accountability, but I still promoted it on social media. I posted a video, a 7-second video to Instagram January 9th, and it went viral. And I got 1,000 subscribers in 24 hours. Thank you. It was actually terrifying. I didn't know if I could actually make that many newsletters. So I called in friends and family to come help me, and for several hours in January, we folded and scored and stapled and stamped and labeled, and we ended up sending, I think it was 1,071 newsletters to 19 different countries. And then we were off to the races. I had 3,700 people on a wait list. The Wall Street Journal put me on the front page in March. And it was the most popular article the week that we started a war. So that's how badly people need good news. So at this point, I'm sending the cloud report. These are some of the covers to 3,100 people, and now I think we're up to 36 different countries. And the next slides will show you some of the characters that you now know, the long-haired dachshund and Guy Bus Camel Milk. But what I want to leave you with is that I have never felt more connected to my community. It didn't come from standing on the corner, unfortunately. It came from this project. My neighbors have now seen this, and now they come up to me and they go, "Hey!" So that's a lot, and which is really cool. But on the next slide, you'll see I mapped the trees of the intersection and tried to ID them. This made it to the coffee table of the city forester for Kingston, New York, who sent me an email this long, lovingly correcting all 4 of my IDs. And I get an email like this once a week. I'm just going to read it to you. This came in May 31st. And I get, this happens all the time. I'm new to the Cloud Report, but wanted to say how much I enjoyed my first issue and thought I'd share this photo of Philip, my elderly stepdad, enjoying it too. He has dementia, and his moments of lucidity are getting fewer. He used to run a photocopy and printmaking shop in London back in the 1990s and was delighted by the risograph quality of the Cloud Report. I explained about you and about how and why you began making the Cloud Report, which prompted a memory of the Sinatra song, Moonlight in Vermont. He then sang it, word perfect, from start to finish. Quite an achievement for a man who often forgets his own name. So thank you for that small moment of joy. Very much looking forward to the next issue. Fond wishes, Kitty.